All right, time for another VOD review. This is for a platinum Invisible Woman, Schemington. So we're just gonna jump right into this.
Three, two, one.
Now, I haven't seen any of this at all, so oh, it's quite the start. Um, you can start going out. There you go. Is there a nest to the left? Is that stopping your team? Is that really like okay? So it looks like there is a nest stopping your team from coming out. I think you can sit on the edges of it and you can hit it with your shots. So like this would make decent cover. So if you see something like this, it's like error stopping your teammates from like walking out sooner. Yeah, you can just like blow that up for them if they're too scared to. And here, let's figure out why you died. It happened pretty quick, so I don't blame you, but yeah, you didn't have a double jump because you used to go forward. Yeah, the only thing I can say is like you maybe could have like positioned over towards like the pillars, but that did happen so quickly that and you just use your double jump out of spawn naturally. That I don't really think that that one's on you. That's just kind of figuring out that there's an Iron Man. There you go. This is good. Giving some time. There you go. Okay, now that you know that there is an Iron Man there, you have to be asking yourself like where you can position to where you're not going to be seen. I would move up and around for sure. This is actually like I don't know if this penny did this intentionally, but this is a very clever penny mine spot because of the fact that the place that you want to hold and have cover is like you want to hug the left side here to avoid the Iron Man, but you can't until this gets destroyed. So hopefully you can help heal the Groot and you can maybe communicate to him or through your own ability, try and find a way to destroy that penny mine so that way you can hug the left side so you can stay out of the LOS of their DPS and especially their Iron Man who got you earlier. Because yeah, this is good. You see how like this is a good place to like heal from and like you're also safe. There we go. Oh, bad spot. Bad spot. This is where you died before. Careful. See how you're taking damage already? So one of the things that I want people to remember is that there's always something I think about, like when I think about like the movie like Saving Private Ryan or like the Ghost in the Shell anime from way back in the day. Like there's this thing where when you watch your ally get sniped in a position, right? Like if they died in a certain position, what you're supposed to do is know that you can't enter into that area until the threat is gone, right? So in the same sort of scenario, if you took damage previously in this spot and this is where you died, if nothing has changed, then this spot, this area is dangerous, right? So you have a possibility of dying out here. So what you want to do is instead of being on this side, try and find a different route, right? Like wherever it was that you had died previously or wherever you watched your teammate die, that area, especially if it's from like long range damage, is not safe. Right now you're doing okay at like healing, but you're not doing a lot to use your other abilities, right? I want to see you use your orb and your pull a lot more often. Try and find ways to utilize it. Like right here, pull the penny in or something, right? Pull people out of position, especially. You have your ult here, which is good. Don't die with it. Don't die with it. Nice. Okay, better. This is good because it is always better to use your ult and try and keep yourself in the fight than it is to die with your ult. Like you don't want to waste time and die with your ult and then have to forcibly like regroup later. Like just use it and try and make a play. It could have been a little bit more on the point, but it's not bad. Right now, not bad. Stay invis, stay invis. Your team is safe with... That was good. I don't know if it was intentional. I hope it was. You kept yourself invisible while Hela was ulting and let Luna take care of healing your team. Whenever I see Hela ulting, I see people way too often, even in my own rank, like try and peek outside and get into Hela's range. Like if you can't burn her and just immediately take her out of ult form, everyone just needs to hide and give up space. Like it's too dangerous. So you staying hidden and waiting until like you needed she was distracted and you could help your team later was like the right play. That was really good.
That's much better.
I think you pushed him into a better position. You could have pulled him in because he had no cover. So like with a flyer like that, just pull him in even farther. He has no cover, so just take him in so that way he's easier for your team to kill.
Anyone willing to help?
And once again, you're taking damage out here, right? This is where he is. There are other places to stand that are safer. Being this far back is actually, yeah, that's why. You're lucky that you got away and you didn't die, but if you would have gone closer and hugged underneath here, it would have been safer. Also, this rocket is like there a really long time. Like right there, imagine instead if you were underneath here, right? And you were hiding from the Iron Man, and then as Rocket comes out and he tries to dash, you can pull him back anyway. Like I still know that he dies here, but like think of where you want to set yourself up so where that way you can use those push and pulls to your advantage, and also keep yourself safe.
Here they come now. A little help, please.
Careful standing in the open right now because of the fact that like there's not really anything that you can do standing out in the open. Be careful, of course, ever peeking.
A nice
I would ooh,
one less og. One
that was good staying next to your shield while you're hitting that. I don't know if you're on the other side or not, but this is good. Good ult.
I'll do my best to
Oh,
carry on, but it won't be easy.
that one was not on you though. Like your team was gonna die if you didn't ult. And they should have looked up towards the Iron Man for sure.
What a difference.
So yeah, definitely not on you there. Like that was a good ult. It was a good ult. You knew that he was going to target you, so you got out of there.
An ancient Egyptian artifact. Interesting. Feeling fantastic.
It's the ground clear. Unwilling to help?
There you go.
That's much better. Us against the world.
Yeah. This is unfortunate.
That's much better.
So
Help? That's much
Groot walls stop Luna heals from hitting you because the ult is based off of LOS. It's not based off the circle on the ground. So when Luna went around this corner here, she stopped healing you.
against the world.
That was your own Groot wall too, I think.
It's clear I'm still needed here.
That was just unfortunate. No, why would you do that? Not you, the Groot. Waiting for team. Smart. It's the right play.
They're gone. Thanks. This was Khonshu's will.
Feel the pull. Clear the way. Clear
There you go.
some help.
More use of your abilities.
I got you covered.
I want you to definitely be using your orb, especially like off cooldown. And if you see someone that you can pull and pull out of position, just pretty much do it all the time. But yeah, any chance you can get, just like, especially like right now, just throw that damage in there. Throw the orb.
Help, please.
Throw the orb. Throw the orb. Throw the orb. Like right now, you could have had a whole nother orb.
Clear
Nah, yeah.
Only 60 seconds left. Disappear! Clear the way.
You didn't quite need that, but also at the same time, like, you saw people low and you wanted to keep them up. You want to make sure the point was secure. Not the worst thing in the world. What was bad is just like I never see you use your damage orb when they're all grouped up, right? And like you could have also like charged your ult faster, like right now, go up there and just hit someone with the orb or something, or you know, hit some, like throw the orb down and then pull them into it, so that way they have to walk even farther. They're right there. Who's up there? Who can you throw the orb at? There you go. Hear that tick 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 tick? Like that's your orb doing work, right? That was a long time of that orb doing work and probably getting you some ult charge. Like here, while the rocket ult is going off, I think you can position in a way where you can help your team by healing and doing damage to the rocket ult at the same time. There, you're probably just dead. I think they're just playing Ring Around the Rosie with the payload, which kind of sucks. They were kind of walking around in like a weird way. Yeah, there's not really much to say there, I think. It was just unfortunate that like the team was like sort of like walking out of your LOS. You might have been able to just like mechanically, you might have just been able to like hit some more shots, but I mean that's, you know, with anything aim wise, it always like improves in time. Okay, so that Moon Knight. Oh, he is just going right on up there. We're playing really, really passive and really far back. And because of it, we're losing a lot of space here. I personally would be trying to put myself in a position where I could pull that Moon Knight down or hit him with an orb or do something to like contest that space, because you know, Invis Woman, just because she's a support doesn't mean that she can't do something about contesting space, right? That damage orb and that pull are really powerful. And even just pulling him into your team and forcing him to like retreat is still a play that would help your team, right? I know you took a little bit of damage there, but I think you walked back a little bit too far, and because of it now, we lose our group. Also, everybody is like standing like directly next to each other. I don't care for this much, especially when they have the Moon Knight on the enemy team. Like, try and find different places to stand. That was good. Got away the ult. Hela used her ult. People are getting kills. Who did you just push down? Moon Knight. Don't push him away. Like, you guys have the advantage, right? You took down their tank. Like, there's all of your team there. Don't push him away. Pull him into you, right? You want him to be into your team. That would make it easier for you to secure the kill. Like, you know, you're a strategist. Don't always just push people away. Like, you know, go for that kill. Like, it's super free. But instead, you pushed him into a safer position. Yeah. Oh, that would have been bad if he got you. Standing next to the shield to heal yourself. Very smart. Really well done. Heal and damage the ult at the same time. Stay alive.
Maximum pulse.
Okay, this is your big moment. Throw your orb, throw your orb, throw your orb, throw your orb. Off cooldown. Throw that orb. Orb, it's free damage. There you go. Orb again, orb again, orb again. Yeah, your thing here is your damage orb. You just never throw it. Like, you should be throwing that thing as often as you can to get yourself ult charge and to harass and to contest space, do damage. Like, it's free. There's no cost to it other than just, you know, the cooldown for using it. But you should just basically be tossing it every single chance that you get.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dangerous area. Because if they have snipers or whatnot, being up there is scary. Nice. Yeah. That's good. I think the pull, of course, doesn't work on the thing. You can position yourself up a little bit closer, I think. Try to position. This is good positioning, I will say. Like, I do like this positioning. You're hugging the left side. I think you can be a little bit more brave about taking your chances about shooting your tank and trying to deal damage at the same time. Like, the biggest part about playing support and strategists and like hero-based shooters is balancing between like healing and doing damage, right? When you can do both, that's really beneficial. And like with your orb and with your, the fact that your shots pierce and come back, like you can be doing a lot of damage too. So try to position yourself in ways where you're healing and you're doing damage at the same time. This is good. But I mean, like you have not died very often and you've avoided a lot of deaths, and that's really impressive, I'd have to say. Which means your positioning is good, and your prediction of enemies' abilities is really good. You can back up and give up space. You're down one. They're using a support ult, so you can back up. Every time I look down, I'm like, you have a lot of resources down here, and none of them are being used. There you go. You're in the support ult. Start looking to do damage. Oh. Oh, I thought you almost landed outside of that for a second. No. Good ult, though. Good ult.
Maximum pulse.
Oof. Honestly, I don't think there's anything there that could have been done any differently.
Maximum pulse.
There's so much stuff happening right now, and you went to help the Loki. Hela was still shooting. You lost your jump. Easy to forget about the Hela still in the air. And even then, I don't think there was anything you could have done. I think she needed to be burned out of her ult faster.
I'll fight for my family until the end.
It was a good ult. Like, your team, I don't think, played that terribly poorly. Hela shouldn't have taken that much damage that quickly. You could have healed her quicker too, but also at the same time, like sometimes stuff happens so quickly that you need a second to react. But you are down one. They're launching the orb. That's good. Everyone is standing directly next to each other, and everyone's taking splash damage. So when Iron Man shoots at you, he's hitting all of you at once. Try to get to a position where you're providing more value, where you're not necessarily like directly next to them. Even if it's just as simple as like being like right here, closer next to the wall, and try to do damage and to heal at the exact same time. Good job staying alive. There you go. Nice. Mr. Fantastic making a play and making space. This is good because I was worried about how fast the convoy was moving up without anyone contesting it. But that Mr. Fantastic did a really nice play making space. There you go. Throw your orb. Throw your orb. Throw your orb. There it is. Could have stopped it a little bit sooner to make sure it landed on the thing, but at least you tossed it out there. You were getting out of the way of the maximum pulse, and he walked forward and got himself killed. So that's on the Groot. The Groot is playing like you can just constantly be up there, but you have to worry about keeping yourself alive too. So Iron Man doesn't have his ult, and that's the only thing that can really counter you. Your ult would work great up against Punisher and Hela, though. It also would work good against the thing if need be. right now, hopefully, if you're, in voice, communicate with your other support to make sure you know which one of you is going to ult first. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's good. You ulted to keep yourself alive from the Hela ult, which has been messing your team up all game. Oh. Honestly, not much you can do there other than like, plant your shield on someone else and then use that shield as a means to like keep yourself alive. I will say though, the Iron Man had the right idea taking an off angle here. This was really well played on his part. So that's just sometimes what happens. Wow, the 16 and 13 guy made an off angle play that worked really well. Probably down. Even a broken clock can be right twice a day.
Fight for my family until the end.
But yeah, that was the right play by the Iron Man. Getting that angle on you guys.
Keep going.
Right now, you need to start setting up. You know that Loki's going to be behind them. I personally would start getting into a different position. Because I hate trying to all funnel out through like this one area. If I was out first and I was Inviswoman, I might have gone like around or something, right? I would have gone over here and then like waited for my team to engage or something, or thrown like some orbs out. Just started to try and take different space to see where I can get to the point faster, because I have an issue with everybody always trying to like force their way out through this one path. Like it becomes very difficult, right? Because they're just going to come up here and do this.
Shield's almost there. Don't turn back now.
Worked with the Loki ult. Try to destroy the ult. Nope. Yeah. The ult was going to run out, and right here in this situation, just try and start piercing damage through the thing and trying to hit the rocket ult at the same time, because of the fact that you cannot kill anything basically with that support ult up, so you just try to burn it as fast as possible. And then when it gets dicey, you just need to survive, so you need to go back into here. Instead, you went forward, and that's just going to get you killed, because now you're just surrounded on all sides. This area much safer. You can still provide cover. You can still heal. But instead, you end up dying, and then your team falls over too. Point's gone.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep
Switching room, which was right. Groot should have done the same. Your team is staggering. They need to start walking up and taking space. Yeah, you can just put the shield up there and leave it with him.
feeling fantastic.
This is good. Hanging out behind these walls and like trying to provide heals is smart. I like the way that you rotate back and forth. Right now, it's really unfortunate that like your team is just letting this convoy push up for free. Orb, yeah, use the orb. Throw your orb, throw your orb. Keep healing your tank. Tank's in the ultimate. Use your orb afterwards. There's a lot of times you could have used your orb sooner. That's something I just want you to work on from now on. It's just like every single chance you get to do damage, do damage. Unless of course there's like if you have your ultimate and they've support ulted, then you can hold on to it. But if you need your ultimate charge, throw it out. If your team is fighting, throw it out. Like every single chance that you get, basically just like throw it out there and try and do damage. Because a lot of times what you're trying to do is just do a little bit of damage. So that way one of your DPS, maybe your Hela or something, maybe she gets like 2 headshots, but she can't do enough to get the kill. But if you had thrown out your orb more often, then maybe somebody would have just, more people would have died. Uh-oh. There's a health back behind you. Nice.
Never bad.
Yeah. Not really much. They just kind of like walked up and pushed that cart for free most of the time. This Iron Man is like, he's okay, but a lot of these ults and these plays are
The right
uh,
heroes could make all
winning
the
it for him.
difference.
Kind of crazy.
30 seconds. Stay strong. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's not even doing anything crazy. It's just a few of his ults and key picks are kind of making it hard for your team to really gather themselves. I think what your team is really struggling for here is like being able to take the space. And you can do a lot of that by, like I said, like throwing out your E more often to get that ult charge up so you can get more ults faster. And then you can, you know, even use the ults a bit more offensively to sort of take that space. Like when you see the convoy, like moving up that far for free and you know your team needs to make a play, sometimes in order to motivate my team because they're too scared to walk forward, I will support alt to try and retake that space to try and stop the convoy sooner. So at least that way, maybe we get like 1 or 2 fights on the last point versus like having one fight we lose and then they push it in. Because that convoy from like, you know, from the point once second point was capped, it basically just never stopped moving to the third and final point.
Little help, please. That's much better.
Feel the pull. I'll get you next time. Clear the way.
There you go. There you go. Good.
Just embrace the light.
Your team has the advantage for a second. Thing got rezzed. Orb, 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 orb. Not the worst thing in the world. Throw that orb down anywhere where the enemy team wants to contest space. If Thing wants to stand on the payload, throw the E on there. If the Thing wants to, you know, jump on this area and try and hold a corner, throw it there. Everywhere where the enemy team wants to use it to contest space, throw that orb. Everyone's okay. She threw down that orb, orb, orb.
Feeling fantastic.
Yeah, you're not good. I think you panic so much that you forget that you have the orb, right? Like,
Clearly, you needed.
here you have it, right? And you see that the Thing is up on your support, right? And you know that he is going to be punching her. She throws down the orb. This area of healing is healing now, which is safe for you to stand in. Throw the orb down onto the Thing and start doing damage to get him off of your support, right? He's not going to leave until you guys do something about it. So what you need to do is go into like damage mode and start helping applying damage to the Thing so he wants to leave. Either you kill him or you do enough damage that you force him to leave. Because right now you're prioritizing like you know, trying to heal your teammates who are relatively full most of the time, and you need to prioritize staying alive. And staying alive means getting the Thing off of you. If your team dies while you're defending the other support and yourself, that's kind of on them. But I want you to focus on like doing a lot more damage, like trying to get into positions where you can to do more damage, because heal bodying alone is not enough to win games. Like you need to do more to try and secure the kills, either by pulling people out of position or using your orb to do more damage or staying in slightly more aggressive situations where you can hit your team and do damage at the same time. You do stay alive relatively well. Like your ability to predict a lot of the incoming damage is really good. But a little bit more aggression and knowing when you can do damage is going to help you massively.
Help get that vehicle.
Your ults have been really good too, I will say. Like, it's just using your abilities more often. Like right now, you know the Thing just used his slam, which means he doesn't really have like his run to get out. Good kills. Okay, you have the advantage. Walk up and start taking space with your team. Walk up and take space. You want as much space as you can. Try and deny that card from moving, right? You're backing up when you guys have the advantage. And you want to be up there applying a lot more pressure. There you go. There you go. Keeping him alive. Keeping him alive. Throwing down the orb. Good.
What am I? Invisible?
You keep using the pull on the thing, and that's like the one person not to use the pull on.
I've got you covered.
Only 60 seconds left.
Orb, orb, orb.
Or a dagger.
Orb, orb. You're prioritizing like full health targets. You need to be just like hitting the orb more often. Damage. Don't use the pull on the thing. He's CC immune. Okay, she's using the ult defensively. Do damage in the ult. Do damage in the ult. Don't push him away. Squishy targets like that, like when you've ulted and you know that you can't die, like pull them into you so you guys can secure the kill. Don't push them away into a better position. Stagger them more. There you go. Back up and give up space. Honestly, good job not using your ult there. There you go. Do damage. Do damage. Oh. And then the Iron Man wins based off of his ults. Yeah, honestly, like, you did really well here. Your issues are using your abilities off of cooldowns. And when you see like support ults, especially like you see ally support ults or your own support ult, like as soon as you're in that, like you immediately need to start doing damage. Like the odds of you dying in here against anything are pretty low, unless of course it's like a one shot like Iron Man. So like when you're in here, start looking for like the one person who can kill you, who's like Iron Man, right? Like we know that Iron Man is going to ult the moment you ult. So keeping that in mind, you want to put yourself in a position where maybe you do save your E and your pull and you drop your ult and you know where Iron Man's location is. And you immediately pull him or try to orb him and do damage while he's ulting to try and kill him before the ult kills you. Because he's up there for a fair amount of time. Like his ult is not the greatest, but that's what you need to look out for. Like this Iron Man has just been wrecking your team all game based off of his ult usage and just countering yours. So do something to counter against it. Like he just keeps doing the same thing over and over again. And like right here, you know, the ult has happened, right? And you hear maximum pulse, right? You know, throw an orb, try to do damage, you know, do something to try and knock him out of it. Even with rocket ult, that might not work, but you got to do something in the situation. At this point, it's too late because they've already stacked ultimates. But the other biggest problem you had is just like I said, like, you know, after they started pushing.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
After they started pushing this second point, it never stopped. So you need to be doing something to try and make plays to get your team more motivated to keep walking forward. Like right now, you know, if my Groot is walking backwards like this, I might be walking up with him to try and like make him a bit more brave. I know typically you want to like push and pull like with your team, but in this situation, like you guys really need to like start closing this distance to get to like this corner so that way you can stop the payload from moving because it's just moving for free. And now even if you were to get a kill, if nobody ever stops the payload, then it's meaningless. So here, this Iron Man, for instance, is just like always out in the open. I'd be walking up and trying to like pull him closer, get him into a position where he's out of place. Trying to do damage, like right here, do damage to thing and heal the Groot at the same time. Just keep doing that. Play aggressive and throw your orb, throw your orb, throw your orb. Now that the enemy team is using ults, now you can play slightly more passive or more defensive. But yeah, like you need to be. Here it comes.
This is your big chance.
Let's look for that Iron Man. Iron Man. He's got nothing there, right? You have abilities. You can look up at him. Maybe you can hit him, maybe you can't. Maybe you have your E and you're saving it for this moment. Maybe you have your pull so you can pull him before he does this, like, or you can push him out of the way, right? This is the one guy that can counter you all game, and he's just been kind of like doing this for free. And every single time that you ult, you just have to know that the Iron Man's going to start looking for you. So then you have to start playing around that in mind of just like, okay, well, what can I do to the Iron Man beforehand? Can I pull him into a position that makes it really awkward for him to ult? Can I, wait and like when he flies in to ult, pull him closer so that way I can do more damage? Can I hit him with an orb while he's up there? Thoughts like this, right? Start predicting. The one thing that can shut you down is just this one Iron Man. And if you can shut him down beforehand, or predicting like what his pattern is going to be, it'd be a lot easier because yeah, you're losing a lot of space to like this one guy, which outside of his ultimates, he hasn't been doing a whole lot. Um, so yeah, I would just keep that in mind. Try to remember like who counters you and how to play around it. Like, if it's not Iron Man, that's Magneto. Uh and more than anything, the biggest thing is just really use this damage and these pulls a lot more often. And like don't just push people away. Push people away if they're scary and you don't want them into your team. Like don't pull a strange into your team if he's got ultimate, but if there's a Moon Knight who's sitting on high ground who's harassing your team, pull him into your team so that way he's got to use his abilities to get out or he dies for it. And if you don't have ult charge like right now, just throw that E down somewhere to help your team out. Like throw it down on the enemy to get some ult charge. Just constantly be spamming this ability any chance that you get to provide some value by either helping your team secure kills or charging your ult a bit faster. But yeah, outside of that, I'd say it was actually a really good game. I'd say that your alt usage is really, really good. Your ability to know when to use it, especially because of the fact that there's a lot of people who tend to, especially in platinum, like use these alts and then panic with them, and then just use them when they might not necessarily have to. And you held yours for the right times. The only thing is just predicting that Iron Man and like what he was going to do because he would just always save his ult for you. So because he kept doing that on repeat, you need to pick up on those things quicker and figure out like how you can play against it, right? Either by positioning yourself or using your abilities to try and like kill him first because it was also kind of like baiting your team who just didn't know to look up. But this might also be a lesson too of like just like communicating with your team later, especially because Iron Man's probably going to be a lot more popular this season by the looks of it so far. Communicate to your team like, hey, they have an Iron Man. The moment that I ult, he's going to ult. So everyone look up for him. When you tell your team that, they'll be more prepared for it. So yeah, but outside of that, I'd say that like you did really well. Just amp up that damage. Like go for healing, go for kills. Throw out your abilities more often. Part of playing strategist and ranking up is helping secure kills, and that's the difficult part to find balance. Heal botting is not always the best way to play, especially through like the lower ranks, like all the way up through like into diamond and a little bit through diamond. You really have to take it upon yourself to help secure more kills. And then as you get higher in rank, you have to adjust and actually prioritize healing a little bit more. It's a bit of a switch, but yeah, in these ranks, try to figure out how you can do more damage, especially like when that thing was attacking you and Cloak at the back line. Um, in moments like that, do damage and try and help, peel them off of you yourself because you're a strategist. You're not completely fragile. Like you can still do damage and push people away. Like strategists in this games aren't the best at securing kills, but they are still very good at being able to do enough damage that you force people to go away. So yeah, don't forget that. But yeah, thank you for submitting this one. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, yeah, thank you again.